Well, thanks a lot for staying with us here on Sunrise Live on E. Now, reports are suggesting that dozens have been arrested in Zimbabwe as anti-government protests erupted countrywide. Violent clashes between residents as well as police have played out in Harare as well as Bulawayo. So to get the latest, we are joined on the line now by Pastor Evan Mawarire, who is from Harare this morning. Pastor, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, we heard the call that you made, and it was actually cemented throughout the media in South Africa yesterday, saying that you need a shutdown in Zimbabwe. So given the fact that it is now the morning after, what is the situation like in Zimbabwe today?
Thank you much for having me. We did make a call last night at the end of the shutdown that it had
Oh, Pastor, yes, can you just try to move around a little bit? Let's just get a clearer signal for you.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. There we go.
All right. So we did make an announcement last night and thank the citizens for a successful shutdown. I don't know if you can still hear me.
I can still hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so we thank our citizens for a successful shutdown, and the way forward for us that we've made some demands that we would want government to address. As of this morning, the citizenry is back at work, and we are happy that we were able to be united without being violent. There were some violent skirmishes that took place, and we continue to condemn the violence because this is a non-violent protest against the failed policies of government.
And of course, I mean, have you made any efforts to meet with government, or what has government's response been? Because I'll tell you from our side, in terms of some of the footage and the clips and the paperwork that was circulating, especially about social media as well as threats of being arrested if you disrupt the peace, etc. So what's been the response from government?
I think so far the response from government that we have seen on different media platforms is that they do not actually think that this was anything to go by, even though the entire country was shut down. And I mean, that is an obvious fact. And I think for us, this is what we are calling on government to stop doing, which is not listening to the citizenry. We're asking them to start responding. We're asking them to engage us. We're asking them to inspire, to motivate, to reassure. But we don't seem to get that. We did see some messages that seem to be coming from the Regulatory Authority for Communications, which seems to threaten people. And again, that we are saying that you cannot threaten people. You cannot intimidate people. It is our right to be able to express ourselves freely, and so we keep pushing to say, government, you've got to listen to us. This is your citizenry speaking. We are not funded and founded by the West. It's the citizens of Zimbabwe.
Now, of course, I mean, Pastor, I know that you say the citizenry has returned to work this morning, but should you guys not be paid, or should the citizenry not be paid, what's the way forward? What happens then?
Well, I think we will exercise our right. We did an update yesterday, which we are continuing to send out today. We have said to government that if our demands are not met, then we will be engaging in another shutdown again, and this time for longer.
All right. Well, thank you very much for giving us an update there, Pastor Evan Mawarire from Harare this morning, giving us the latest in terms of the developments.